What's up, everyone? This is John from Bearable Traders, and I want to discuss my best and worst trade from 21 April 2021. My worst trade today was on Futu. Futu was a high a day break trade attempt. The high day was 132.17. Like I always say, not the best high a day. I'd rather it was exactly at 132 or maybe just below it at 132, high 90s. But it did have good volume. Futu had 6.5 million shares, and the relative volume was quite high, 350%. In the news a bit with a new stock offering, and also a good candidate because yesterday it was down quite a bit. It was down $42 yesterday, huge drop. So that maybe makes it a good candidate to regain some of that price. Would have preferred more of a punch pattern to the high a day. What you can see here is you have a bit of a punch here, but it gets nowhere near the high a day, and then it starts to fight with VWAP a bit, this blue line, the volume weighted average price. The actual move to high a day is on a single candle, kind of popping over VWAP. This isn't really the best looking pattern, to be honest with you. The 1 minute volume was sort of building in general, but I think I'm being generous there. You can see a bit of a buildup here with this anomaly drop-off candle here, but we certainly don't have the white steps pattern that we like to see in a high day break, so that wasn't really great. The SPY had been trending up very nicely, definitely helping to pull Futu up here, I'm sure. But then it had stalled at my entry. You can see this red candle here, and then it's forming another doji-ish looking red candle, so we've lost a bit of the trend there for the moment. So that's not helpful either. Took an entry at 131.97, playing the break of 132. So there's a decent sized ask at 132 sitting there, looking to play the break of that and then try to get a pop above 132. Maybe get up over this high up day, of course. The trade never went anywhere and stopped me out in two candles. It died pretty quick. One of the problems here was I took too much size. Futu is similar in price to other stocks I trade, like Apple, for instance, but Apple's not this volatile. Apple's not going to stop you out for $1 in two candles, but Futu will do that, and I should have been more cognizant of that. Half position size here would have been a better idea. My best trade today was on Airbnb. Airbnb was a high day break trade with a high day of 168.43. Nothing particular about that price per se, but we'll talk about why I like this in a second. Very low volume though, so we're way out here at around 10:20 for an entry, maybe 50 minutes after the market opened, and we only have 1.1 million shares. That's a bit problematic. The R-vol itself is 130, so Airbnb had no particular news that I could find, but the relative volume was up, so a little more in play. So what did I like about this setup? I like this resistance that's setting up right near the pre-market low. That's this purple line here, and you can see these resistance points, 168.43, that's the high day, another one at 168.39, and another one at 168.34. I'd even like those to be a little bit closer together. A few pennies closer to the actual high day would have been nice. But it's very clear that the pre-market low is providing some resistance to Airbnb. So you got three touches. So you're hoping at some point during the day that resistance breaks and the price can make a run. The 1 minute volume here is actually stepping up pretty nicely. We have 1, 2, 3 white steps stepping up in volume. That's great. 4 is better than 3, obviously, and more is better in general. But 3 stepped up white volume bars is pretty good. The SPY was spiking in my direction, no doubt helping Airbnb make its move here. But the nice thing is that, you know, the price is looking to break this resistance. Everyone's wondering if it's going to happen, and then you have the SPY spiking up to help it break it anyway. It just puts two things in your favor. You know, the hit on the high a day and then the spiking SPY. Took an entry at 168.49, so not too far above the high a day of 168.43. Got an easy move, nice and easy, and took the first 50% partial at 169.40. The previous close was 169.57. That's this dotted black line. I find those to be quite often areas of resistance where the price can turn around. So I decided to take some off there. I would have liked to let it run more. I really wanted to see if I get up near the pre-market high. The reason I took more off at 170, which is closer than I'd like to this partial, is that it's a decade level. And decade levels like 170, 180, 190, etc. They matter. And it turned out to be a good choice to take some off there. So I got some out at exactly 170, and the high a day ended up being 170.20, I think. And that is currently the high day as I make this video. And the price came down just as fast as it went up and got out close to break even and was done with that trade. So that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to everyone next time. Bye-bye.